There we go. Okay, ladies, we are live. You guys, welcome to Tuesday. Is it Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is anymore. Is with me. I've got Jamie and Maryrose, and we've just been collaborating naturally on the side, and we thought we wanted to jump on here and just do a quick live, 30 minutes. We want to check in with our network and our community, see how you guys are doing, and also maybe share some resources with you. We felt the best way to get the word out was to do a quick video and share what we know, and hopefully you guys will chime in and share more resources for people who are working remotely that have never had to do this, and also the business owners who have worked remotely but never with their children at home. All right. Or the dogs nipping, you can't go outside. You know, there's just so much going on. So we want to help you guys out. So give us just a moment. Let us know that you can hear us and see us. And I want to do some, Jamie just shared it. Fabulous. Trying to start some watch parties.
I have my watch party going.
You go, girl. That's because you're fast. Like, you're just so fast. Here we go. Where is it? Where is it? Start. Oh, Michelle's on. I love me some Michelle O'Neill. So I actually was scouring the internet today, and I got some good emails, and I actually watched an email or a video from AppSumo. They did a whole video of tips and things and how their team works remotely. So I jotted down some notes from that. And then I got another email yesterday that I thought was great. And I printed that out. And then I learned some other things, you know, for finances, because I think that's going to be big questions for people. So
me,
I
have questions. What financial questions?
Well, and I don't know if these will answer yours, but Maryrose, you're in California. Oh, first, you know what? Y'all introduce yourself, where you're from and what you do. I'm just like, you know me, dive right into the topic. So my lovely guests, Jamie and Maryrose, would you take a moment and introduce your beautiful faces?
I'll go first, Maryrose. Hi, everybody. My name is Jamie Hain. I am the presenter mentor. That's the name of my business. I help small business owners, entrepreneurs get better at presenting. And I guess right now, most of that presenting is happening online. So whether that's in lives like this, videos you're doing, or Zoom calls, how do you get to be effective and engaging when everybody is trying to work remotely? So that's what I do. And I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I am Maryrose Solis, and I am a brand strategist, creative content creator, as well as a sales and development strategist. So I help small businesses, executive presence professionals with their personal brand, just coming up with those brainstorming ideas to make sure that they stay relevant. Now, obviously, in this day and age, we've got a lot of brainstorming to do. So I'm definitely excited, as well as just as concerned as all of you. And I am coming from San Diego, California, where it is raining.
Yes.
It's raining here too.
Thank you, ladies. And for those of you that are watching that don't know me, my name is Mary Fane Brett. I'm the CEO and Chief Connector at the LinkedIn Bakery, where we serve up bite-sized tips on how to successfully navigate LinkedIn and build your brand. So together, I think we've got everything covered. We've got the branding and marketing expert. We've got our presenter. And I just want to give a shout out to both these ladies because I have worked with both of them. That's right. I have worked with both of them. And I think, they've all worked with me in some capacity, and they are experts in their industry. So, you know, if you have the time because other areas of your life are slow and you're thinking about your branding or marketing, my go-to person is Maryrose, hands down. Thank you for that new template, that proposal template. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. And Jamie and I just started working on my talks, which have all been delayed, which is great because now I have more time to make them perfect. Right, Jamie?
Exactly.
And I know I have an assignment
Don't
due.
tweak it too much. You get tweak happy, and then all of a sudden you're completely done.
Yeah. No, I just got to run through number 1 with you, which I know I'm overdue, but
you're fine.
Yeah, but on my timeline, I wanted to have it done. So this weekend, I'm going to get that assignment too. So I mean, we'll get to all the tools and stuff, but I kind of wanted to start with rent. How are people going to pay their rent if they're losing their job? We already know that restaurants, bars, gyms, schools are closed. Everyone has been asked to work remotely. Like in San Diego, we're almost shut down. Almost. Restaurants have takeout and delivery, but I don't know if you guys heard on the news today that they have passed a law to stop all eviction notices. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was amazing.
And foreclosures.
And foreclosures, yes.
Yep.
So
the end of April through end of April right now.
There's also an extension to file your taxes. Or no, you have to file your taxes, but don't have to pay.
You can defer the payment.
I think it's for May as well. I just say we have no tax day. I mean, let's just wipe it clean this year.
Right? I mean, come on. It's not even the first quarter of 2020 isn't over.
Do we even have to file? Let's just call it scratch.
Well, in other news for other financial parts, student loans. If you have a student loan, the interest is going to be deferred. So that's good. You still have to make your payments. But I also read in a group where someone called, explained the situation, and she's on deferment now. Yeah. So there is help out there. But if you don't know where to get it, you might be stuck. And I think the first tip I want to say is you guys ask for help. Ask people, where do I go for this? Make those phone calls. Call your landlord. Call your car place, your financial loans. Call your bank. Be proactive. Don't wait until you're in despair. Call now and say, you know what? Our income is cut in half. I foresee that I'm going to be out of work in 2 weeks. Whatever that is, have those conversations now when you're not in panic mode. I think that also helps a little bit. So I just wanted to start off with that financial stuff. Do you guys have anything to add to those?
Yeah, I'll add like I actually posted about the moratorium, San Diego renters, where they passed it as well about the no eviction until through May. I think it is no rent bills even have to be paid until May. And there were actually people that posted they were still concerned about how about those ones that actually did their due diligence, saved money, going to pay on time, continue to do it. And then when they run out of money, May, what happens? And all I could say to everybody that is worried about 3 months from now, even a month from now, you can't, because it's really beyond our control. This is unprecedented times. And all I can reassure you, I think that is the government, all the community, we're in this together. We're all going to get through it. If you can take opportunity, if you can take advantage of these things that are coming out, take advantage of them if you need them. If you don't need them, thank goodness. And then just trust that maybe down the line, the months, things will just all shape itself out. They'll readdress these things as the deadlines come. So I know it's hard because you want to focus on the future, but really we can't. Let's just stay present. Let's react to what we can and control. And hopefully, everybody who really needs the help will get the help.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the only thing I would add is to leverage your network. And Mary, you touched on this, but to everybody out there, you have spent all this time adding new friends and connecting on LinkedIn and following people in so many different spaces. Leverage that network. You don't know who you're connected to, who may be connected to somewhere else. I mean, we are all in this together, but if you don't have an expert that knows about, rent and this eviction thing, my guess is someone in your network either knows or knows somebody that knows. So ask. I mean, that's what social media is there for in this time of crisis. It's how we come together and how we help one another. Just put a post out and say, hey, what's the latest with this? Or does anybody know anybody who does whatever it is that you're going forward or trying to understand? So leverage your network.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mary, or messages? Because I can't see on my thing or not. I'm not quite sure where to look to see.
Oh, okay.
Questions, I don't know.
So on LinkedIn, we've got a few people watching. On Facebook, we have a few people watching. Amy says hi. Hi, Amy. And it doesn't always show who's watching when you're using StreamYard. You actually have to tell people to grant access so you can see the comments. So, going live still has some hurdles and challenges, but we're going to get through it. I know Michelle was on, Amy's on. Someone said yay for AppSumo. AppSumo's doing a great job. And then I'm over, when I'm looking away, you guys, it's because I actually have the show up live over on a laptop to look at LinkedIn.
Well, just for those that I see, I've gotten some texts and messages that they can't, the watch party is set to private mode, the one I sent out. But whatever the case may be, guys, if you can't get it, obviously put your questions down. Don't hesitate still to put in some comments and questions, and we'll get to them after this.
Yeah, well, definitely. I think that all three of us promise to go back in and answer your questions. If we have the resource, we're going to share some links afterwards. We're creating a document where we're going to share links of things that we mentioned in this broadcast. And also, we have a really strong network between the three of us. It's across the globe, really. So we will reach out to people in our network and try to find a solution or an answer for you, because during this time, this broadcast, we are here simply to serve you. We are not selling anything. We're not pushing anything. We're not promoting anything. We just want to come on and tell you, I want to break it down. Like, who here who has been drinking wine or whiskey at night?
Not me.
Okay, so out of all my social media ladies, I'm the only one. So last night there was a Facebook post that said, "Don't judge me," and I won't say who it was. She wouldn't care. "Don't judge me. I'm taking 2 ibuprofen. I'm popping the wine. I'm not doing anything else. And it's only Tuesday." And it's because this is all new and we're a little stressed. So I was like, "Honey, I think we're having brownie." And then someone else said, "Oh, I'm on my second glass of wine and I've got ice cream." So there was this hilarious Facebook post of all of us jumping in saying, "Hey, I'm doing this. I've got cookies." I'm like, "I got brownies and port wine." And I took a picture and I'm like, "That's my evening." So,
and everybody reacts differently. Somebody posted this morning about, don't judge people's different ways of stressing, dealing with stress, and just, at this, guys, this is definitely a time where we cannot try to control things, and just be kind to yourself first and foremost. Be kind and compassionate to those around you, especially your loved ones. I know all of you are, in home with family, with kids. I know it's going to be rough, but just give yourselves a break. Just give this month, especially this month, I think everyone is just going to be holding their breath. Yeah. But I hope that slowly, as this month continues to wind down and get to April, you'll start to slowly exhale, because you need to. I think again, there's no huge actions to be taken other than making sure your immediate needs are met and make sure you're safe and following the health precautions.
Well, and I will just add, as an advocate for fitness, not that I am a fit person, but
yes,
if you are indulging in the extra wine and the cheese and the cookies and the brownies, maybe add a walk to your daily routine, right? I mean, they're not saying we can't go outside. They're saying don't congregate, right? So walk around your block, walk around your yard, walk around your house, but get a little cardio in to offset not just the calories you're taking in, but the stress. It will help with the stress.
Yeah. So also hiking, as soon as it stops raining, like over the weekend, I'm hoping to get out and do a hike. So speaking of exercise, that is great. So have you guys all heard that Peloton is offering 90 days free? Now, Amy, who's watching, mentioned that on Facebook. And I said, "Well, don't I need a bike? I don't have their $2,000 bike." "No, you don't, because they have meditation, they have yoga, they have strength training." So I told my husband, we're going to sign up for that instead of sitting and watching Netflix every night. We're going to sign up for Peloton. So you guys, yes, to Jamie's point, we need exercise. You can still walk, you can ride a bike, you can go hiking, and you can sign up for Peloton free. And then also, what's one of those Planet Fitness? Every day at 4:00, they're going live on their Facebook page, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but it's anywhere that you're watching. 4 p.m. they're doing free fitness classes.
There's a lot.
I was going to say yes.
I mean, I've seen so much, guys, so that you cannot just search, type in what it is. And like you said, there's coaches out there as well now, life coaches, health coaches, fitness coaches, trainers. They're all available online. At the end of the day, it just comes to what you have to prioritize for yourself, I believe. And make sure, if you're homeschooling, focus on the homeschool first. Get your system going, your process going, and then slowly add in all these things to keep your well-being in check. Because mama and papa, I mean, I get it. And Jamie was saying, reach out to people. Like, my brother has been homeschooling his 8 children, or now I guess I should say 6, because the 2 oldest are gone.
I know. I was like,
they homeschool and have been homeschooling for years. So I laugh because at this point, nothing has changed for them. I contact them and connect with them, and they're like, same old for us, but reach out to people, the homeschool communities. All those folks, they have amazing resources to tell you how they set it up and make sure that it's enriched and it's also has a system and a process in place.
Absolutely. And Raquel Ramirez here in San Diego, she's homeschooling. She actually did day one video on her Facebook, like, hey, I'm here to help you. So there is help. You just have to ask. And if, again, I cannot stress it enough. If you don't know who to ask us. Yeah. Type a comment in. If you're too embarrassed to ask, message us. Email us on LinkedIn, message us on Facebook. Email us if you have our email address. We're really here to support our community. Now, Maryrose, you mentioned time, being like mindful of your time and stuff. So one of AppSumo's recommendation was tomato timer. Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay. There's actually a bigger name for it, and I don't remember what it was. So they talked about when you're working from home for the first time, or even as veterans, that sometimes it's hard to focus because the dog is at your feet, or you're like, wow, there's a pile of laundry. Amy, are you listening? There's a pile of laundry, moms with a business and laundry, or, you know, like my office is a mess, right? So do I clean my office? Do I work? And so what they suggested is that you use tomato timer, and the default is it chunks your time. So for 25 minutes, you work on a project and then you get up for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I've heard something similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to put that link in the PDF that we send out afterwards. So I think that was really great. And then the guys from AppSumo, the video this morning, it said every day, write down your list, but the one thing that you have to get done.
Yeah.
So I should be recording videos today because I'm all dressed.
I used to have Post-it notes, but you don't order them, just make your own. And it was like 1, 2, 3. What are the 1, 2, 3 things you're going to do today?
Yeah.
Easy. And I get nothing else done. I'm going to get, Mary, you don't need any more Post-its.
Yes, you've got enough. It's funny. It's like I have a sister and her husband are both working at home, and she already said day 2. She's like, I said, hey, we should open up a daycare. I joked with her because the fact that the kids now are going to be staying out of school maybe up until fall. And she was like, no, ma'am. She goes, because I can barely handle these 2. And I started laughing because I'm thinking, I feel for all you parents out there. It's day, 4, 5, 7, and it is exhausting. It's trying to balance working from home and monitoring the homeschooling of the children, and depending on the age. So give yourselves a break. I mean, you don't have to dive right in. Get some resources, ask for help, ask your network, ask your friends. Everybody else is going through it like you.
Yep.
Get a community. My biggest recommendation right now is to build your own small tribe. Community, connect, find your people, and get through this together. Because I think that's what's helped with this. Like I have a bunch of extroverts, which Mary, you'll probably speak to, is that extroverts coming to me and saying, I'm going to be totally frank, this is wigging me out. This is very difficult.
That's our girl, Amy. She's like, she wrote a whole post on it. Like she's freaking out. And Maryrose and I Zoomed yesterday. I called Jamie yesterday. I called Evie yesterday. I called I called other friends. And since you're talking about reaching out, one of the top tips, I love this. I said it this morning. I want everyone who's watching to call 3 random friends or family members that you haven't talked to or checked in on. So it could be someone that you haven't talked to in a year or 2, and just call them and check in and see how they're doing. And if you know anyone who lives by themselves, right, and they are an introvert, those are the people we actually need to reach out to, because they're not going to reach out to their community because they're introverts. And so I'm trying to, my single girlfriends, I'm calling and checking on them because they need that interaction and they need to know someone's here for them. Even if I'm not in the same state, I can still help them. There are ways.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to add to that, Mary, for those of you that are used to working in an office, whether you're the boss or you're one of the team, what Mary just described is important for you to do with your coworkers. Think about when you're live, right? How much work and conversation happens when you're on the way to the restroom or you're going from one meeting room to the next meeting room. You're missing all of that when you work remote. So randomly call somebody on your team. and just chat for 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be 3 hours of chatting, right? Or if you do have a conference call, spend the first 5 minutes just checking in with everybody. How are y'all doing? Anybody need anything? What's going on? Have that water cooler talk remote. It is important for us to stay connected.
And don't forget the single people. What somebody actually reached out and said they were actually getting, like, I think it was you, Mary. We were talking last night that we forget the single folks that don't have children or, and a partner or spouse. And so don't forget those guys too, especially if they're introvert, just even, look, not if you can't physically pick up the phone, all that, that's why we have text messaging. That's why we have direct messaging. I have several group chats with different groups. Of just
yes, you do. I'm in several of them.
Yeah, laughing, sending gifts, whatever it is to, again, get through this together.
Awesome. Okay, let's go on to some other tips. So one of the things that was on the list, and I don't know if anyone else is guilty of this, what about all those online courses that you bought and you never finished? Right. Yeah. This is a great time. Make a list of 5 things that have been on your list that you never did. And maybe now that you're not commuting or your workload is lighter because clients are pausing, right? That is something you can do that still is going to move you forward in your business if you think about it. Yeah. So I know I have a course, I have some talks to write. And so I feel like this is a great time. I'm trying to spin it into an opportunity, right, to finish up some projects that I've been lacking on doing because clients are pausing at the moment.
Absolutely. And focusing on, like I've been doing #light in the time of Corona. I think it's really focusing on those silver linings and those positivities. Yep. So my part, I said, how can I, really affect as many people as I possibly can? Because everyone has the same question. So I created a Facebook group, just a job board. It's totally anybody's welcome because I was getting all these jobs, especially right now, what's happening, like what are the immediate job openings for people who are getting temporarily laid off, part-timers. So I started a Facebook group. There's people are joining it now left and right. And I went through and I did all my research last night and put all the most immediate organizations and brands that are hiring immediately because of this certain thing. And so as you go into those learnings and personal development and business development, also take the time to sit and think about the future outlook just a little, because you want to think about the long-term impact this is going to have and some of the jobs and industries that are going to obviously become much more enticing, much more relevant. And so in this group too, I posted a few articles. I'll share that with Mary so she could post in this document. Great outlook written articles that are going to make you think about telemedicine. It's going to make you think about looking into the retail industry, but from a different vantage point. And I know folks are thinking, I don't want to be a stalker or grocery, but that's not the point. We got to do what we got to do, number one. But number two is you have to be able to look at things differently in different perspectives. How can I transfer my skill set to this?
Well, and someone just posted Amazon's hiring 10,000 people for delivery.
100,000 actually.
100,000. Yeah, yep. I've read different numbers. And you know what? It might not be your dream job, but it might be a job right now that helps you bridge the gap. So Jamie, I think you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to add on to the comment about the courses you haven't finished. I'm seeing them all over Facebook and LinkedIn. I'm sure you guys are seeing them too. A lot of great people are giving stuff away free. So I saw Tony Robbins opened up his business courses for free. LinkedIn has opened up some stuff for free. So even if you're out there saying, I don't have any courses I haven't finished, well, one, you could take them again. You never know what you're going to pick up again, but the people that you follow, go and check on them. Remember, organic reach is very, very small, which means you're not seeing everybody's posts. So if there's somebody that you admire, they're probably offering free stuff. Go check out their page and see if they're giving, I see a ton of 5-day challenges or things like that. Take advantage of all
universities and colleges. Yeah, the Harvard and all
the Ivy League one. Yeah,
the Ivy Leagues are all giving free.
I think it was like 500 courses or something for free.
I mean, come on, you guys.
I would say I went to Harvard.
If I needed another degree, now would be the time for me to
and there's actually very significantly reduced certifications too. Yeah. Like I saw some for SEO. So things that you guys thought, I should have went into that market industry. Well, hey, here's the opportunity. Go check it out. See if you like it. It's like $29 and you can actually say you're certified in SEO or Google Analytics.
It might be your next career.
Yeah.
Or it might be your add-on feature or service that you offer to your already existing clients. It's about making opportunities. So you guys, so we talked about finances. Amy also mentioned, and I forgot to mention this, there's SBA financial help. There's grants coming through, interest-free loans. So if you're a small business, small agency, and you have employees, you need a loan to keep afloat because you know when this is over, you're going to be fine. I would really look into SBA.
And Facebook too, just did one.
And Facebook did one. Also, SCORE free mentorship. That's a great resource. Maybe just talking to someone who's been through not this, but been through the ups and downs of businesses more. That could be valuable. So we gave you guys some financial help and resources. We talked about things to do with this extra time. Kids can get lunches and meals at schools. I know the grocery stores in San Diego are now opening an hour early to let seniors and people with disabilities go in first. And I am so happy to hear that. I think there's a lot. It can get overwhelming. It sure can, Amy. It can get very overwhelming. Debbie Allen is giving a free class on Instagram. There you go.
And there are a lot of artists doing free concerts from their home.
Yes.
So
Broadway.
Keith Urban.
John Legend. Oh, Keith Urban. I need to check that one out. I didn't know about that.
Nicole was a backup singer. His wife. I was like, me and my country music. I was like, what?
I think John Legend gave one last night in Instagram Live. And then Broadway's opening up some of their musicals.
Yep.
They're going to send it over. They're going to do it live as well. So guys, I know it's hard to think silver linings, but promise you, find them.
It's just looking at it from a different perspective and okay, I can't go to the opera in person, but at least, you know what? They're doing something about it.
Yeah.
These concerts, there's online summits because all of our conferences have been canceled.
Yeah.
But you know what? The other thing it does is it gives you a break. I know I could sit in front of that TV. Well, one, I could binge watch.
You and me both, sister.
But the news, you talk about being stressed and having anxiety, and the more news you consume, it's just, if I sit for more than an hour watching news, I can just feel the anxiety reaching up. Yeah. So take a time out.
Don't watch the news all day.
Take a time out and go listen to Keith Urban for however long he's on, or John Legend, or whoever.
Music.
Just get a break from it.
Amy just said she saw a Coldplay concert this morning. It was amazing.
Yes. There was another one too. Someone made a good distinction in one of my other communities is that think quarantine, but not isolation, guys.
I like that.
Difference. We may be having to be quarantined a bit. We have social distancing, but shouldn't be isolating ourselves.
No.
And with this age, with this hyper-connected world, yes, the bandwidth might be a little overrun right now. I know everybody's experiencing some issues, but the reality is we still have connectivity.
All the people that regularly go through hurricanes and other disasters are at least we have internet.
Yes,
water. If they can get through those crazy hurricanes, we
got this.
Navigate this. Yeah, we got internet.
So we talked about financial resources. We talked about things to do with the extra time that you might have. We talked about getting mentorship at SCORE, relief at SBA. I think I'd like to touch now, because we want to make sure that we stay within our timeline. Let's talk about how to set up your home office, software, equipment. Maryrose, you talked all about community. We talked a little bit about communication plan. Jamie, you talked about that because that was on the to-do, or I took notes. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. I listened to a video and I took a page of notes. Like they said, create a communication plan. Are you communicating with your team daily or weekly? We have a daily call at 9:30 every day right now.
And I'd say it starts with the mindset. You definitely have the setup, Mary, and Jamie knows exactly how to communicate with those teams and yourselves. But it starts with the mindset, guys. For those of you who've never had virtual remote, again, don't expect to learn it overnight. It just can't. I've been doing it since 1997. I've either traveled or been remote, worked from home. And so, and I've been in both capacities. I've been the director, the leader, as well as the employee. And it's possible, it's doable. And I have built amazing relationships and stayed connected. But it does require a certain mindset. And you know what? Not everybody is built for it. So if you're not built for it, then you have to work a little bit harder on putting those, like the tomato timer, the structure,
Right.
making sure you're not in the kitchen with your kids. You may have to go to your bedroom and create a little quiet space. So I think, first start with the mindset that this is happening. This is the world. This is the normal now.
Maryrose is such our mindset person here. Like, this is you. I'm like, this is perfect. Okay, so first we start with our mindset, and we just wrap our head about where we're at. I'm more of the strategic girl, so I'm going to talk about equipment because like you said, Maryrose, I'm set up, but not everybody is. So equipment, there's a couple things. First, if you're used to working on 2 monitors at your job, ask your company if you can bring home that extra monitor. Get an adapter, plug it in, because I know for me, 2 monitors is the minimum that I need. Oh my God, I can work with 3. But also, if you're working on your laptop, there's something called the Roost laptop stand. So just having things at a certain angle will help you. So I believe in 2 monitors. Yeah.
There's also mirroring software that's cheap that you can broadcast to your TV. So take your laptop, broadcast to your TV, and then you can, everybody can enjoy the Keith Urban concert.
Right? Oh, yeah, for the concert. So for my office, we ordered a widescreen monitor at the end of last year. It's like, I'm looking at it. It's a curved one, and it was really only like $130. And then I have a cable and I can mirror and stuff. So just, work a little bit on your setup, because if you're used to 2 monitors and you're going to just start working on a laptop, you're going to get frustrated really quick. So spend a little time setting up your space. It's the mindset, get it set up.
Decide where you're going to have it, because it does matter what environment you put it in.
It does matter. Create a communication plan with your team. Is it daily? Is it weekly? Are you using Slack, or is it all email? Is there a private Facebook group or an LinkedIn group? Figure out how you're going to communicate, because if you don't have that figured out and people don't know where to check for communication, then things are going to get dropped.
And I would add, mix it up, because everybody learns and absorbs information differently. So, I'll use the press conferences. Trump is doing a press conference every day. I have to watch it. I have to see the video and watch it. My husband can't handle that. He wants to read the summary of the press conference. So remember that that's the case with your team and your employees. Some people may value text, and other people are like, I just need to see a person. Right. So make sure you're mixing it up, and you don't have to have video conferences every day, but do 1 a week so that you can
totally agree with that. Yeah, you've got to have some.
And I think part of it too is just asking the question. I think so many people, we're in this day and age, we don't have the luxury of just wait and see and assume and make assumptions. Just ask. Just ask, your employer if they prefer email, text, phone, video conference call. Just ask if they prefer it periodically, bi-weekly, weekly, monthly, daily.
You've got to have that set up.
You have to figure it out. And the better you commit to it and you can work with it with your employer or your employee or team, the better off you'll be. Because it can be overwhelming.
So a lot of you know that I actually have a full-time job as well at a bank, and we have a call every day at 9:30 to get a report about, and it's via Zoom, get a report about our employees, what's going on at the bank, who's got laptops, who needs desktops, if someone's used to only a desktop and 2 monitors, we're going to set that up for them. So it's really important to have your mindset, to have your space, to have your equipment, to have a communication plan, and figure out what software you're using. So I'm going to rattle off a bunch, and we'll put this in the document. The 3 of us will work on this. I'll put it in Google Drive, ladies, so we can all add to it maybe. Slack is great for communication. Google Drive is amazing. Not everybody likes it, but it's an option and it's free. If you're doing video calls, you can use something called Crisp, KRISP, and it gets rid of background noise. It provides better clarity. Trello for project management. I know, which is what I used to use, but now I use ClickUp, which is a little more robust. There's also Airtable. Jing, Jing, that's for doing like a screen capture, right? So that's one tool you can use. You can use Loom to record like quick tutorial videos for your employees. Like, here's how you log into the VPN system. Because if you've never used a VPN system, you don't know what the heck that is. virtual private network, and you have no idea how many steps it takes to actually get logged in. So don't write, to your point, Jamie, write that up. But you know what? If you send me a tutorial video and show me exactly where I have to click and navigate, I'm going to be able to do it quicker and not bother the IT department.
And less stress, right?
Yes.
I mean, right now, when we are all so stressed out, anything you can do to release that or relieve that stress, even in some other area, is going to be.
And you have to simplify too, guys. I mean, there's a lot we're throwing out to you. It can sound overwhelming, but these are just all different examples and samples.
Yeah.
I think start with one thing. If all you tell yourself this week, I'm going to decide where the space is going to be and what the layout is going to be, that, and then make sure you get the structure and then start pulling in the equipment one by one, because some of you have never done it. Some of you have a team already ready to go and it can't stop business. But as time, again, it just, everybody's in different levels. So just take all of this and just, grain of salt and see where you're at, and, and don't get overwhelmed by it.
Yeah, it's one step at a time. I honestly, I think we're going to be here for a while in this state, right?
Yeah.
So do one thing every day that just
set up your
forward.
Space today. That would be, so get the mindset and set up your space, and then figure out which software, apps, and programs are going to work best for you and your team, because that's what we're going through right now.
I would say too, right, Mary? First, decide the equipment. Are they giving you a phone? Are you going to use your work phone? Are you going to use your mobile phone? So, do the mindset, do the space, and then do an inventory of the equipment you feel you need to be successful.
Yeah.
And hopefully your company can afford to, and hopefully you're in a position where you can afford to invest in it, but do what you feel is going to make you feel more at ease.
Well, and you might even have to look at your internet, right? Because if you just have internet for home use, it's probably not going to cut it if you've got video calls. So you're going to want to check on that too.
Ooh, and
that's
a good point. At least you can write off things now though, right, Mary?
Oh yeah, I write.
So if you're working from home now,
shut up is my business and it's written off. But we hope that this has been helpful. And Amy, thanks so much for joining us and sharing some great things.
There's a few other users, this doesn't say their name. Yeah.
Well, because I can't see them, sweetie. I'm on StreamYard. I can only see who's posting in here.
No, I said it just says Facebook user. It doesn't say their name.
Oh yeah, I know.
I don't know why.
You there who's commenting.
Yeah, thank you, Facebook users.
Yeah, they haven't granted StreamYard access or permission to show their name. It's a privacy rule. Amy knows the game.
Thank you all. Thank you all of you guys that are on here. There's so many of you. Thank you.
I know. And I just really hope. And you guys, if you know of something, why don't you drop it in the comments? Because I feel like the more of us that get on and share this kind of information, we can calm people's minds. We can provide helpful tools and resources to help people be successful in this large transition time that we're going through. And to Jamie's point, it's not going away. This is going to be the new norm for a while. So not to make you panicky, we just want to help you be prepared. No panic, just preparation. That's my motto.
Right. And if this kind of call is helpful for you, if us creating this, let us know that. I mean, I don't know how often we can commit to doing it, but we'll do it regularly. And I think Maryrose said it earlier. So one of the Marys said it earlier. If you need something,
she's in the middle.
Drop it in. Yeah, one of them. Drop it in the comments, and we'll do a video to help you with something, or we'll start a list, and the next time the three of us go live, we'll touch on those topics.
I like that idea. That's a great idea. We'll start that in Drive. We'll start a list of all the resources that we know of collectively, and then we'll start a list of questions that we didn't answer or questions that we get. And you guys, if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, type that in, and we're going to go back and engage with you and answer your questions and respond to your comments. So we're in this together. We want to serve our community, and we just thank you for spending some time with us. And to my two collaborators, colleagues, business.
I don't know which side.
You got the easy one, Jamie, because you're just.
Yeah, you got the easy side. Wait, which direction? There we go.
Wait, this way. And if you guys can't tell, we actually love coming together and collaborating. So if this is helpful, if you would just like something that's fun and informative. I think that's what this is, fun and informative. Just trying to help people out, keep a smile on your face. We can wear silly hats or something if that'll make you smile, because I just really want to get everyone to smile.
And do this for your own tribe. You know, Mary
Yes.
Rose talked about building your tribe right now. Many of you already have a tribe. Do something similar and invite us.
Yeah.
But let's just continue to help one another. I mean, that's why you build all of this networking in the first place, is to,
Yep.
I mean, yes, you want to grow your business, and yes, you want to have all of these other things, but in times like this where it's really tough and really scary, you need to leverage that network. So help
Relationships.
where and when you can.
Yes.
Someone said, thank you, super helpful. It just says Facebook user. So Facebook user, thank you. I'll make sure you guys, if we do this again, remind me to put in the description, please grant StreamYard access or permission to use your name. But thank you, ladies. Thank you, audience, network, community, for joining us. I'm Mary Fane Brandt.
Jamie Hain.
Maryrose Solis.
We'll
Be
see you
safe,
next time.
everybody. Take care of yourself and your family.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.